Hey fam, welcome back to another episode of I'm Telling You.
Telling You.
I'm Philly D.
This is Mr. Gemini.
Extra clickety clack at AD.
Bam. It's not Emerald, bro.
It still is. I'm sorry.
No, it's still no.
All right. Well, go on.
If you'd like to reach out to see now, I'm just like lackluster about it.
If you'd like to reach out to us, please hit us up at ITY at directionsinmusic.org, or you can hit us up separately at.
That's what you sound like. But yeah, no, actually, you can check us out at directionsinmusic.org. You can go to the straight website. You can see what else is on there. It's not even just us. There's a bunch of stuff going on.
Maybe there'll be more content there in the near future. We'll see.
Oh, there's more content there already now,
Right.
as well as contact information. But yeah, so you can do ITY directionsinmusic.org, or we got our personals, Gemini at directionsinmusic.org,
Or Philly D.
Philly D at directionsinmusic.org. But yeah, again, you can even go to the website and just check us out. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, man. There's changes are in the air. It's a beautiful thing. We are ever growing, which I think. So
We're not really changing. We're growing, I guess, as people, but we're not changing.
But
Really.
yeah,
I mean, are we? Well, I guess, yeah.
First-time listeners, this is a 30-year friendship of us two being jackasses, but actually growing in life. We're dads, and we did it pretty well. Like, my kids turning out awesome. Your kids are pretty dope. Like, we're doing it, bro.
Just living the life, man.
Yeah, we're not just on-air talent. We're also
Living the dream.
good dads. And I'm also, at the moment,
It is.
beer 30. Oh, I'm a drinker. But, honestly, I really don't only, I'm pretty much drinking when I hang out with you. I feel like you're a bad influence. Is this oh, Jesus. That's what's going on here.
It's not me.
It's not me, you.
It's not me because I feel the same way towards you. But I don't think
Are
it's
you
not
saying
you.
I'm the bad?
Yeah. But it's not you. It's the show.
It's not you, it's me. Well, I'm just, I want to make sure we have good content, so I feel like.
It's a social lubricant.
When you say it like that.
It's lubricating.
Well, but and I think this is kind of funny because the when I started originally doing content, when I started being an on-air talent, whether it was audio, video, whatever, I was doing the taco stuff, and I would always crack a beer because I was doing it for a local craft brewery, so it was I wanted to support what we were doing, Got
to do a food pairing.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the times I would use a beer to cook with, and most likely it was going to be that week's feature of hey, this is the newest one we just did or whatever else. So it was always a promotional thing while supporting community, being educational, and trying to entertain. So I kind of got used to just always cracking a beer as part of my intro, just to kind of set the mood or whatever, and I guess it's spilled over into the airways. So. It's my thing now. I don't know. People are encouraging me to continue this behavior. That's I'm blaming everyone else on this and thanking them at the same time.
Fair enough. Fair enough, mate. So you just let life take you where it will.
I'll be honest. Lately, I've really been because you and I have had this discussion about what level of patience we've had, what being a parent has added to that, and what we kind of want from ourselves as, just us as individuals. Not even I want patience for my community. I just want patience for myself kind of stuff. And I feel that I'm getting to a place where it's it's really getting there. Cause I feel patient. However, exactly, I certainly can see myself having more patience than most. However, I feel for the individual who I'm truly supposed to be and I want to be.
I feel like patience can be situational.
See, well, all right, so I'll put it this way.
No, I mean, certain situations might set you off more than others.
Well, so you and I agree that our dads are Sifu status, right? Mm-hmm. And you made the joke before where you looked at me and you're not Sifu or Uguay, which I agree. And I feel you and I very much, as we're aging and maturing, we are entering Sifu status,
Seafood?
Sifu.
Sifu. Yeah.
Yeah, we're entering Sifu status. And I honestly want to be like Oogway before I'm like Oogway's age, so that I can be even like more dope than Oogway at his age when he decides to transcend.
Like the golden child, man.
Well, I mean, not really, because he was like the chosen one, whereas like I just want to be on that level. It's like that kid that self-actualized in the Matrix, where he's just like, he decided to jump out because he's like, yo, I figured it out. I'm out of here. Peace, bro. Audi like Quattro. You know, so that's what I'm like, I feel as though I've kind of figured some stuff out where it's like, all right, there's something else, and I want to maintain my responsibilities and accountability to this part of the world and, you know, this realm and this time and like, you know, the things that I'm doing. Like, I want to maintain that, but like there's also another side to all of this, and I want to explore that as well. So, you know, I'm trying to expand, bro.
Letting go of attachments. But that's a big part of that whole journey you're talking about, is letting go of attachments. I'm just, you know, thinking to myself while you're meandering on about this and that.
Meandering, wow. I'm over here expressing my deepest, most inner thoughts, and he calls it meandering. Thanks, bro. I love you too, homie.
I'm losing my soul.
Damn.
What was that movie?
What's that?
I'm losing my soul.
You know, I said, yeah, it was Joe versus the volcano. He's like looking down at his shoe, and the sole of his shoe's coming off, and the one person's like, "What's the matter, Joe?" And he's like, "I'm losing my soul." Yeah, if you haven't seen Joe versus the volcano, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, dope movie. It's really good. But, you know, I want to agree with you on all that stuff, though. Like, you know, joking aside, there is, well, because I mean, you and I not only, because like I feel if you're aging and taking on responsibilities, as society would say, you're going to become more wise, more aware, you know, things of this nature. However, you and I have actively chosen to immerse ourselves deeper into these ideas in our own fashion and share these, you know, experiences and knowledge and understanding and beliefs with each other. And, you know, and now the world as well, but still.
But that's not what it's about for us. I mean, not really.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
this is just honestly what it's a byproduct of that. If this wasn't here to begin, it's a byproduct of that. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's just it's again, going back to how I got started with a lot of this online kind of idea, like, you know, producing content and whatnot, becoming something of an object, or I don't know, whatever you want to call them. I don't even know what this is, like, you know, but in doing that was the taco stuff. Excuse me. The big thing that I really got into was community.
So, you know, you're trying to create an internet presence for another local business, or maybe several, actually, and it truly the case.
So it was a weird, and all right, like, so I'll break this down, because this is the timeline of like you and I finally getting together and some other stuff as well. I had finally gotten to a place where, because I mean, prior to me doing the whole taco thing, you and I've been, you know, hammering on you for like a year and a half of like, you know, let's just at least record this, write down the jokes, and like, you know, if we go out to an open mic like once a month or two or something and try to make jokes out of this, you know, and I really do think we were going to do that. Like, that was still my belief in it. It just turned out that as I started doing the taco stuff, I got into a more showcase kind of a rhythm where it was an actual platform. There was structure. It needed to have rhythm. It needed to be sectioned. It needed to be, so I was already kind of used to this idea. And in doing it,
an outline structure where
where it wasn't
cover
like,
what you're going to cover, and then you cover the essentials, and then you go deeper into those, and then
I didn't have to
summary.
I didn't have to do specific things, but I did have to do specific ideas in a set rhythm. So I'm used to doing video and audio, and, you know, I'm having my presence done in this fashion. Like, you know, I'm used to not just supporting community, but also making it educational. So it's very self-worth gratifying for me, because of what I really want to be doing with my time is not just providing an appropriate world for me and my kid or her grandkids, if she has any, to be able to do that for all generations, you know, because I feel it would be selfish if I only did it for me and mine. So it's like, you know, we all can get along. There is a way for this to work. And I'm very much on that kind of, you know, a point.
What now? I didn't realize you were going to go all there.
Well, but that's really what it comes down to is, you know, that's
like
what
this is roped into a part of that.
Well, because so again, like
altruistic self, like trying to do something.
It's my sense of purpose, and, you know, like, I guess you want to call it like God-given gift or whatever the deal is. I've always been told is to, like, you know, my spiel. It's like how I talk. It's how I approach people. The way I appreciate, you know, I come across as like I spin stuff, but it's really me attempting to communicate on a deepest level possible so that we can have a best conversation. So I've had this ability to, like, sit in front of a camera, you know, do this one-on-one conversation with no input pretty much, but still speaking to hundreds of people at a time. And, you know, I got used to this kind of a platform, but also realizing the potential for using this to express to, you know, any and all who's willing to listen what it is I think is the appropriate way to approach living life. That's what, you know, because we've had the conversation before. It's like, dude, deep down, we all want what's the best for us and our kids. Like, we can agree to that. How to do that, we may not. How to go about doing that even further, maybe not. You know, we get caught up in the logistics. The general idea and principle is still there. Which is like, that's why I think the whole, I'm telling you, having the ability to have these conversations where it is that give and receive, where we can have open platform, where we can have, you know, acceptance and inclusion. And
that is just important just to put that out there.
And so, like, that's the deeper,
whether we touch on all the right subjects or not, it's just the fact that someone's doing it.
We're presenting the idea of what promotes any and all conversations. That's what we said is, like, this show isn't about having the conversations that nobody's having as far as, like, taboo. It's like, oh, you can't talk about that. It's more about, we're just having the conversations that any and all people should be having, because it stimulates conversation and communication.
Like if there is something like that, this is when it should come out, because it's like, well, I don't care that it's taboo or whatever. Like, I feel this way about this, and I don't think it's, you know, inappropriate or bigoted or whatever. I just think that it just makes the most sense. Am I crazy? And, like, let's review. Okay, no big deal. Moving on.
Because this is very much that, like, tree of trust, diplomatic, like, open, accepting, where, yeah, we're willing to listen, not only listen, but, like, that Jordan Peterson style listen, where it's like, I'm going to hear what you say, but then also regurgitate back in the possibility of supporting your idea to prove it even further. So it's like, we really are interacting. You know,
the main takeaway to be.
Well, so I always say my three things with doing anything that I do as far as presenting in this fashion is it needs to be educational, it needs to support my community, and it needs to be, you know, entertaining. So I need at least two of those, if not all three of those, whenever I'm doing something. Because if I'm not, then it doesn't fit what I believe in. It doesn't fit that daily model that I agree to and I'm trying to be a part of.
I'm not maximizing my potential.
Basically, yeah. You got to draw a line somewhere, you know.
Leave it all out there.
But that's really where I'm at, and that's kind of how I feel about all that. So that's why I'm like, you know, getting into the taco show really kind of gave me a taste for it. And then so you and I at this place, we went from trying to do like the sketch comedy thing, right? Just cracking up the jokes and stuff. It really started turning into, because with the taco show, it wasn't just me and tacos. I started to bring on guests here and there. So about, you know, like, I don't know, I had like 10 or 12 different guests or something where I basically was interviewing them, allowing them the shameless plug while I was also cooking tacos. They're making their art or doing their art, or, you know, they could
And
play.
you may be talking about something completely unrelated. Yeah.
Yeah. And so me personally and content creation wise, I'd really already just drifted into this platform of communication interview, but not really, because I would ask them questions, which is interview based, but it was really more of my inquisitive nature of just continuing the conversation and getting it started. And, you know,
Right.
which is really what you and I do and what we do just kind of turned into.
I don't interview. Like, I ask questions out of curiosity, which tends to be like off the cuff.
Yeah, this isn't the Spanish Inquisition.
If there was a couple things maybe I wanted to make sure I mentioned, I might jot them down,
But yeah, no, so I'm you and I coming into fruition of doing this as not just recording us for comedic ability.
I guess that was your I never really saw it as being
You didn't believe in it. I get it.
a skit type thing. I was more coming at it from the angle of like, these are the honest conversations that you bump into at a party. Like at a really slamming party, you'll have like all these little areas where people are all chilling out together, and you'll have the strangest conversations. And I feel like this is kind of like that in a way too. Like this is like that area where maybe people have had a couple to drink, they're hanging out, they're partying, they get into a conversation with, in some cases, maybe people they might never see again. And maybe along with people that they know, who knows, but you know, and you're in story mode. You're telling stories, you're telling jokes, you're telling past histories and what ifs. And I feel like that's kind of where these are the conversations that you bump into when you're out somewhere and like you end up wanting to join. And that's why I think that's the best compliment I've ever heard is the one that we've heard a couple of times now, where it sounds like I can just sit at the end of the table with you guys and crack a beer and hang out. And
Yeah, that it's just, you know, two guys conversing, and I can totally pop in and either be a part of it or just sit back and listen and watch. And yeah, no,
like, to me, that's a good compliment. It's like just hanging out. Like,
and that's what the raw nature of us is, that just recording it as is, where me, you know, again, going into it, I'm like, I just want to record the conversation so that I can kind of go back, take notes, create sketches or jokes, or capture the jokes, or somehow turn this into. But again,
can this thing not like morph and change as it grows, and just kind of maybe one day it'll be like we're acting out some kind of a play. And
I'm talking this. This is
another day. It'll be an
you're
interview.
in the now, and I'm telling stories.
You're okay. Tell your story. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I stepped on your story.
No, you're trying to have a logical discussion about what now in comparison of what I was thinking then, and so it doesn't. You can't. They don't. It's not with the, and then like, so if you're like inverted, but then from over on the, so it doesn't work.
We were
communicating. We were communicating. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Popcorn.
But yeah, going into it, I really saw, you know, more of like, you know, you and I growing up from like the 80s and stuff, having the little personal recorder where you just, you know, click self notes where you talk to it, where now it's like you can go in and like, you know.
Are you talking about a dictaphone?
I love you, brother.
It's called a dictaphone. It's for dictation.
Stop that. That's gross.
Dictation.
Anywho, but yeah, so it was kind of like that, where it was really just to record the moment, right? And I think, again, I feel the raw nature of what we've really accomplished is we record that. Like when we do this, it's us gathering the raw, in the moment, truer nature of what.
Well, what did we say? We had all these rules from the beginning, and it was kind of like,
what rules? We ain't got no rules.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the rule, like, you don't touch the recording.
Oh, you mean as far as like to maintain purity?
Like there really is no editing.
Yeah,
You
other
know,
than like
if we have a bad
modifying-
night, we just pitch it. We don't even keep it.
This is true. We've given episodes to the trash. I mean, we still have them, but no one else
keeping
is.
that, but I don't think I'm going to air it.
No. And I do want to go back and remaster some of our
So
older
technically,
stuff.
we should be further ahead than we really are.
I mean, honestly, I still have those technically, and I can.
And for the most part, most of those are good.
No, the conversation, the content,
We're so critical of ourselves. That's what it is.
you are. I'm more critical of the audio quality than the content because the content,
the audio quality.
Easy there walking. I very much, and I think you would agree with, we very much emphasize the fact that we want this as much in the moment, raw, honest, uncut live as possible. So the rules that we have is, like there's no going back and editing stuff and chopping things up and moving things around. And, if there's any modification, it's literally to fit the idea of like appropriate audio quality so that we give you the greatest listening pleasure. So if what we're saying isn't entertaining or educational, at least it sounds nice. So it makes for great background noise.
I feel like we should play a game.
We should what?
I feel like we should play a game where
Ouch, you're on my hair.
well, I'm maybe just
Just a tip, just to see how it feels.
just a tip.
Dude, I have to apologize ahead of time. I had
So-
2 beers in the green room.
Wherever your head is at,
That's what he said.
ask one of us a question.
I'm trying.
Just think of a question. Ask, and whoever you ask a question of, you have to answer a question in return. But it's just something personal. Like you just want to ask, like,
Isn't this truth or dare without the dare?
like, tell me about your prom.
Yeah, isn't this truth or dare
like-
without the dare?
Do we need a dare?
But oh my God. Oh, somebody.
You want to play truth or dare? Fine, we'll call it truth or dare.
I want to play spin the bottle.
But there's only 2 of us.
Exactly.
That's disturbing.
How did you not?
Is there something called margaritas in there?
How did you not get that joke? Oh my God. Did you Christian side hug and freaking the Buffalo Bill guy played spin the bottle? Oh, isn't there supposed to be more of us? It's okay. We can just do it, the 2 of us. And that's when the eerie side music comes in because like Christian side hug's more demented than Buffalo Bill. There's multiple dynamics to this, man. We got to get this characters like there's layers here,
I
man.
feel like you need to write that one.
No, we can't. She's writing it down, and if not, then
No, she'll write down, like, remind him to write about this. That's all you.
I mean, I can.
Christian is your child.
Oh God,
You should take some
why would you
ownership.
say it that way, bro? I thought you had more love for me than that. Like, dude, I know we rib each other. I know we go back and forth and like.
But you do the voice better than I do.
I mean, if that's what you mean, then say that. Don't call him my child.
But you kind of created him.
I mean, I feel like we all like he came from within
But
us.
just putting a voice to it, man. It's like you brought life to it.
But that's what I'm saying.
You Pinocchio'd that shit.
Well, I would just be like the head of Christian side hug. I'm not actually
Just
him.
a disembodied head.
Well,
of
but
Christian
the 3 of
side. That's
us.
very disturbing.
It's like Wu-Tang.
It's
Where
even
it's like
worse.
Riz is the head of Voltron because it's like
Because
all
we
the
form
rest
like
are
Voltron, and the jizza
Yeah.
happened to be the head.
well, but that's what I'm saying. So it's
It's
like
the jizza. Yeah,
I'm
but the Riz is a heart, man. The Riz
yeah, and so like that's why I'm like the
beating drum.
I would be the voice. So I guess I would be the mouth of our Voltron. That is Christian side hug. Can you imagine him with this sword and like
Is everybody still following this conversation? I don't even know.
Well, they don't have to. That's the beautiful thing about I'm telling you, whether they follow it or not, this is still going to happen. These are conversations that we really do have.
When I have to take my Demerol, I really like to put this show on and just kind of space out.
Why would you be Dude, that's not even that's not a thing. This,
No, I feel like it could be like a thing. I don't know.
I mean, are you in the ICU or something? And it's like you don't want to have a morphine drip. You're just like, can I just get that Demerol, bro? Yo, what you got on that
It's like
Demerol?
morphine light.
Morphine light. It's half the carbs.
I don't know. I just thought it sounded fancy.
Bro, I can't even with you, man. Like,
I don't know. Black Market Special K. Whatever you want. Whatever your thing is. Is that still a thing? I don't even know.
If we start getting the weirdest emails ever, it's all your fault, bro. Yo, anybody, Gemini.
Yeah, my name is actually Christian Sidehug. And I'm
Christian
like,
Sidehug at directions.
fucking pissed, man. You are misrepresenting me.
That's not what Christian Sidehug sounds like, brother.
Yeah. Hi.
What? Yo, no,
I can't do it.
yeah. So the other day, my little one, right, decides to like make a noise, and I just kind of like, I'm like looking at it, I'm just like, that sounds like Gemini trying to make a pterodactyl noise. I was like, that is the most it's the most inappropriate noise whatsoever. And I'm so glad we have buffers built in, because otherwise that blows our ears out. Well, I guess mine, I don't know wherever your volume's at, but like I'm deaf, so and that just clips and it hurts. And why do you want to hurt me, bro? I thought this is a tree of trust. Like I thought, was there? I mean,
Is that better?
we've had this discussion, but do we want to air this out right now? Let's all right, let's put it on the table, man. Like, I feel like there should be on-air MC.
I feel like you're trying to create
classes,
a cloud of drama where there is
a cloud of drama.
What
Is that what you called this?
What is this? Is this like real world?
We stop being polite and start
like
getting real.
Real world 16 or something?
Oh God, no, because that shit's scripted. It's so hard. Let's be honest, dude. The first 2 seasons of that,
maybe, most likely.
the
maybe.
third one, it was still
very much.
The third one was what, San Francisco? Because they did.
Dude,
like,
I wasn't keeping track.
I think they did New York, LA, then San Francisco, right? It was. Yeah, there we go. Fake checker. What's up? Hey.
Fake checker.
Fake checker.
It's that too, actually.
Hey, I've been drinking.
I am driving with my hazards on.
Excuse me, officer.
Driving with my hazards on. But like, yeah, no, the one, and I want to see, was San Francisco, where they
Grocery store shopping with my hazards.
I'm at the grocery store with my no, it's when they did San Francisco, I believe, which I want to say is the third season. That's when they started to not so much script it, but paint the situation, pick the appropriate cast members so that the likelihood of great drama transpiring for the cameras was at a
You were maximizing potential.
They were stacking the deck, is what they were doing.
Almost like
they were juicing it.
like a
they were
mad
steroids.
scientist
Yeah.
putting together different chemicals and shit.
Oh, dude, there was
If I put
ionic
these people
bonds.
together right now and then I throw this situation at them,
Exactly.
it's going to go nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to be there to record it.
We have... Go ahead, please.
What season would you like to know where it was?
I just the, I guess, first 3, because first one was New York, right? So if we can...
So it's New York,
New York.
2 was
Boston.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, then San Francisco.
Then the third. Yep.
So
third.
that's what right. Which one? Well, but no, that's...
You're cutting her off, man.
It's a timing thing.
Yeah, I know.
There's a delay. But yeah, no, that's why I was like, all right, so the first 2 was just like straight, hey, cool, we have this idea. I mean, it really was. That's what they're just like, we have an idea. Let's just throw 7 strangers together and they have to do stuff. The second one was like, hey, we have to force them to interact more because then we're going to get more drama. But then the third one, that's why I was like San Francisco.
They were all in at that point. They're
Well,
like,
they didn't, and that's why I was like,
we're gonna be. This is gonna be like jury selection. We're gonna be like so particular about each person that we bring in to make sure that they're gonna be.
That's why I was like, they didn't script it, but they certainly did stack the deck. And after that, I think the fourth ones, and then they started getting into like Louisiana and stuff. I don't even know.
The fourth one's actually London.
Was it for the fourth one? Was London?
See, I wasn't watching.
Are you for sure? Wait, what's your source? Is this wiki? Where are we at?
That was the fourth season.
I'm serious.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. That's Wickedpedia.
It's wicked.
It's wicked.
They had
Wikipedia.
33 seasons.
What? Wait, does this include the one where they went on
Up
the road?
until 2019.
Where it was called Road Rules? You remember that?
Still running?
Still
Up through 12.
Yeah, and then they had challenges too.
It's only aired in Taiwan, really.
It's like K-pop and shit.
They did do
Did you say
London,
doo-doo?
Hawaii.
She said doo-doo.
She said they did do.
They did do?
They did do. That's different.
Didgeridoo?
Paris,
Wait, what?
Sydney, Australia,
I feel, dude, this was all real
Cancun,
world?
Mexico.
This was all real
Yeah,
world.
Virgin Islands.
So I remember it going from like, so I remember the first three, and then I think like the fifth one I felt like was like Hawaii.
I felt like after 3, I just stopped paying attention.
And then they do like Louisiana or something. Like I thought they were all in the States. Like at least
I'll go down like the top 15 real quick.
Well, I'm not talking
already
the top
did
15. Like the physical.
Well, no, because that
order.
includes. Yeah,
I'm talking like chronological order. No, I'm serious. I'm looking for literal chronological order of production. So
she was doing that, I thought. No.
Well, no, I thought you were saying it was like the best of, so it was like they were going to be categorized as which ones played well.
I have season 1 through 33 in front of me. It tells you exactly where they are, what year they were, and everything.
Dude, seriously. All right, let's do the top. Let's do 4 through 10.
I wasn't even aware of this.
So let's get the next 7. How about that?
Okay.
So yeah, what's
4
number
through
4?
10.
Yeah, what's 4 and
London. 5, Miami. 6, Boston. 7, Seattle, Washington. 8, Honolulu, Hawaii. 9, New Orleans.
New
10,
Orleans.
New York again.
okay, because it was the 10-year right.
The back around.
Well, it was the celebration, anniversary. But wait, when was London then?
Wait, and that means they milk that every couple years when they bring back
4.
old cast members and
4, like literally, they went straight to London from San Francisco, and then all the rest were in the States.
you don't like to cross the pond.
No. I'm not.
You got a problem with that?
I'm not recalling it on my timeline. That's why I'm like, what? Seriously?
Are you a GB hater?
I don't know, because I honestly only watched the first 3, and then I was just like, the third one turned me off. I was just like, well, this is horrible. They planned this crap. Because it goes to the idea, like you said, scripted, but
yeah, if I ever watched it after that, it was just because I happened to be at somebody's house and they had it on. It wasn't like I was really, oh my God, I have to see.
I think that's why I like Dave Chappelle's version, where like he does it and it's like 6 black people and 1 white dude, and they got to work at the juicer, the freaking where they make
I'm thinking
the
like what was it?
Smoothies.
What was it? The one kid in How High?
Yeah, he was the same dude.
It was the same guy.
Yeah, the heavyset white kid. It was like uber nerd. I just don't get you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of things your ass don't get. But yeah, no, he had because I just remember what was the one character in like something Tron. I think it was Tron or whatever, and he's like throwing the blunt into the mixer and stuff as he's making the smoothie. Like, dude, that's just Dave Chappelle, man. And then the freaking white kid's dad gets like shivved because he said "you people" or something. What do you mean, you people? And they sit him down and they're just like, we don't feel safe here anymore, Chad. Like, what? Like, you shivved my dad and you had sex with my girlfriend. Like, how am I the violent one here? Yeah. I'm just not enjoying this. You got to go. Dude, Dude, Dave Chappelle is hilarious.
Totally over the top. Totally over the top.
Well, it makes you think, though, right?
It does.
Because how absurd does that look? Now you can see what it looks like when you look at, what the real world really is, which, as we're saying, is not because it's scripted. They take it to the extreme, and I think that's what
is that like when you go to the doctor's office and they have that poster with all the animals smoking cigarettes, and at the bottom it says it looks just as dumb when you do it.
Never seen that poster.
You've never seen that.
This is like
I've never seen this
I've seen that one.
This is the whole like.
This is going back like 20 years.
This is like T consent video. I've never heard of this. Show me this thing.
We have to. Did we put that up? We have to put that up again. If we have T consent is hilarious.
Yeah, dude. If you all don't know what T consent is, you need to look this up. It is hilarious. It's some like stick figures talking about what it is to have like actual consent between adults, and it's referenced as having a cup of tea.
Everybody likes tea.
Everybody loves tea.
Everybody likes tea.
Sometimes you drink tea with yourself.
But you're not always ready for tea.
Well, right. And sometimes you drink tea with yourself. Sometimes you drink tea with others. Sometimes you drink tea with multiple people. But sometimes you don't want the tea. It's just tea is, it's somehow or another, everybody's aware of what tea is.
If somebody's awake and alert and they want tea with you, then you can have tea.
Absolutely. If they're like, hey, I'd like some tea. And you're like, oh, I'll make you some tea. And you make them tea. And they're like, oh, look at that. I love the tea you made me. Thank you.
If they're like passed out on the rug, like you don't.
People that are passed out do not want tea.
They don't want tea.
Yeah. Unconscious people.
And it's so true. I love that.
Cannot drink tea.
Yeah.
You can't drink tea. You're passed out.
It's unsafe for unconscious people. It's not. So they don't want the tea.
You don't do that.
I've
That's
seen
not
this
nice.
video so many times. I can just see her playing with him pouring the tea in like the stick figure's mouth while he's laying on the floor.
Trying to prop him up and pour the tea up.
Because even if they asked for the tea and you were making the tea that they asked for and you've boiled the tea and then you add some sugar and a little cream and they're now passed out, even though they asked for the tea, unconscious people don't drink tea.
They don't want the tea.
It's now a hard pass on the tea.
Make them safe. Maybe when they wake up, you might offer them some tea then.
Right. You can offer them morning tea. It's a beautiful thing.
It's fine. You can do that.
That's totally acceptable. But see, I think the absurdity of what that idea is, like how they're describing it, the fact that it's used with stick figures, like really just kind of
hits home.
It drives it further.
Somehow makes it better.
Well, it really emphasizes the absurdity. And honestly, like
the girl's head cocked back, trying to like pour tea down.
I know, it's just like dribbling all over. But that's the thing though, is like how absurd the idea of what consent really is. It really should be this obscene of an idea.
It's common sense.
Like it should be.
If you're passed out, you don't want tea.
But that's again, like
I don't care if you asked for tea.
It could have been 5 minutes ago. Because it takes time to make the tea, right?
It does.
So from the time that they ask for the tea and you have to make the tea and then bring the tea to them, when it becomes time to drink the tea, if they're unconscious people don't drink tea. You need to know this.
Or they may decide if they're still awake that they don't want the tea anymore.
Well, this is true. Even if you've gone through the trouble,
serve the tea at that point.
Yeah, you've boiled the water, you've brewed it, you've added sugar. Now you got cream.
Got it all hot
maybe you added lemon instead. You had to slice the lemon,
bubbling and ready to go. But it doesn't matter.
It's the most amazing tea you've ever made. Doesn't mean that they have to drink the tea.
That's right.
Just because they asked for it 5 minutes ago.
You can't force the tea on them.
No, you can't. No. Can't force people to drink tea. I don't care how yummy it is. Can't make them do it. Not going to do it.
Not going to die.
Wouldn't be prudent. How old are we right now?
We're dating ourselves.
Nobody would
date you. See? I knew it.
Yo, why you stepping on? Get off my Kool-Aid.
Tubby bitch. All right.
What? I'm telling you, homie. Are you new to this? Are you just tuning in for the first time? This is how we get down. Yeah, plus, I did have 2 beers in the green room.
I came to get down.
Watch me get down.
So get out your seat and jump around.
Can't play me like my name was Sega. Not going out like, come on.
Wait,
Nobody? Anybody? Everybody? Bueller? Fry?
what?
Fry?
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Wait. I just got Wu-Tang.
I'll
Come
pull
on.
you up.
We're here. No, that's Hans and Franz.
That's Hans and Franz, yeah.
We are here to pump you up. Yeah, it's Kevin Nolan and Dana Carvey. Oh, dude, I love those two.
Old school.
I'll be for real, because I just started rewatching Weeds, and Kevin Nolan's in that as like the CPA. Dude, he's the best stoner CPA ever. He's like idiot savant type kind of guy, like totally inept when it comes to social ability of any kind. Oh, it's hilarious. But yeah, and then like Dana Carvey.
Good show.
Chopping
Wait, wasn't
broccoli.
Grandma's boy?
Chopping broccoli. Oh yeah, he was Mr. Weasel, wasn't it?
Now I forget.
Mr. Cheezel.
Mr. Cheezel.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Cheezel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was always like, what? Drinking some kind of
Last night I had a dream.
like wheatgrass.
I was a
doing
dolphin
yoga.
swimming through the. Just like what? What is this? Which meant that I was going to come out of the snake as a slither. It's just like no, this is not.
He's like, and this is good. This is really good.
Change is coming. It's all good things.
All good
yeah,
things.
yeah, Mr. Cheezel. Yeah, it's great. It's rage. Swimming with the dolphins and
I'm sorry,
rage. Rage on then. Yeah, rage on. Yeah, Kevin. Dude, I love that dude. I mean, he's funny. Especially on Weeds, dude. I really do like him on Weeds. Like, dude, I'm sorry.
You like him on weed?
Oh, weed, man. What's in the bush behind? I don't know.
Red team go. Red team go.
But yeah, like that's one. Like again, he was a part of like the Eddie Murphy days as the tail end of that. I think.
Yeah, he was mad young when he was on that.
Yeah, because I think he was a part of the crossover as like Adam Sandler and them were coming in, where it was like the new cast of like them 90s cats and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's when I started tuning out. I haven't really kept up with it since.
Yeah, I mean, after them dudes, after like Chris Farley and Adam Sandler and David Spade and all them, maybe like a little like Maya Rudolph and, Kristen Wiig and all that kind of stuff or whatever, but. I haven't even watched recently. Like, I don't, my opinion, I'm not saying it's a horrible show. I just no longer enjoy it.
Well, I mean,
I no longer see it worth staying up for to watch and or TiVo.
This is coming from, one of us that would prefer not to even watch new television shows at all.
Oh, God, no.
So,
no,
the fact that you even watched the Wu-Tang series, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, but it's Wu-Tang.
But it was so worth it, wasn't it?
Well, because, all right, it was documentary-ish, so it was like based on true facts, so it was mostly factual.
He called
it a dramatization.
He called it historical fiction, and I kind of like that term.
Right.
He used poetic license. Is that the right? He kept it historical, but it was still kind of fictional.
Fictional character.
But the funny thing is, like, I think a lot of it and a lot of the stuff that would really matter to most people is that the real hard hitting stuff, for the most part, it seems like it's accurate. There may have been, names or particular situations changed a little bit. But
Disclaimer-ria.
Just saying.
Yeah, but no, and that's so yeah, I mean, dude, I'll tell you what, Dave Bird, who's Lil Dicky, he's got also he did his like kind of, I guess, mockumentary.
Mockumentary?
Well, it's in a playful sense, I guess, because he's very haha and like, he and like, poop is funny kind of stuff. Well, it is, but same thing of like, coming up and like going through the system. So while, Wu-Tang's was more based on true stories, Lil Dicky's was more like, who gives a shit, but like, but he did in a very playful manner because he's a dope writer. I don't care what nobody says. He's very capable, really amazing like rapper, but also amazing lyricist. I mean, his technical ability. I mean, I would even put him on like composer level where it's like you have to see the entire orchestra. So you got to be able to see the entire chessboard and how to like work it. Dude, I would say he's on like that kind of a level. Like it's so he's got like 2 seasons that I just watched of
Not
just called Dave.
Not
It's
like
actually
RZA.
pretty dope.
Not like a RZA level.
No, I would say,
No.
but to stop.
Nobody's on a RZA level.
You stop it. There were so many Sifus out there and like Jizza geniuses and freaking like Oogways and there's people that do it different ways. So just because it's not the way you agree with doesn't mean it's bad. So you can't be like diminishing stuff. We don't diminish here. Come on, bro. I'm going to tell your mama what you said.
She's going to call me after this, man.
No, your dad will tell her maybe, and then you'll get an earful.
We raised you better than this.
I know, right?
This is terrible.
Sorry,
I'm
Mom.
embarrassed. I have my friends listening.
My friends.
We were at our bridge party. And they were all, no, they don't play bridge anymore.
Yo, dude, how many times
I was gonna say.
has your mom ever pulled that crap on you?
Pinochle?
Where it's just like, what am I supposed to tell my friends? It's just like, I don't really care, Ma.
I don't know if I ever got that from my mom.
Dude, I've gotten that crap.
But I don't know what to tell them whatever you want to tell them.
My friends were there. What are they supposed to think? Whatever they want to, because
they're adults. They can think whatever they like.
Free world, and we can just that's pretty sure what we fight
think you're
for.
real smart, don't you?
Well, I mean, that's what you raised me to be like. So,
I am. You just wait until your father gets home.
At that point, honestly, when I started, you know what correlation just triggered in my head is when I realized my dad was becoming old enough and I was becoming strong enough where I actually stood a chance to fight back. I started getting a little lippier. I'm going to be honest.
That's some rocky territory there, right there.
But that's point of honesty. Like it literally just popped in my head. I was like, you know what? That makes sense.
You're a man today, huh?
Oh, I was.
Oh yeah,
dude. You're
gonna step to your pop now.
16 was the last time my dad ever took his hand to me. Because when I was 16, I was still a little, like I hadn't blown up yet. Like I was still like 5'6" or something like that. I was like 215, 220 pounds. Like, dude, I was like, do you, nobody had to chase me. I wasn't going far. But like, all of a sudden, I was like late 17, almost 18, which is when I really shot up. I jumped to like 6 foot. I grew 6 inches in like 6 months or something. And I was starting to like lift weights and stuff.
And you decked your dad?
No.
Oh.
What had happened was I'm now at a place physically where he's only a couple inches taller than me. I am definitely bigger than him in stature and muscle.
You can never beat your dad.
Yeah,
You can never beat your dad.
So about that, what had happened was... So
all I got to do is turn around and like fake a heart attack.
No, that's not how my dad acts. But like, no, for real, like we got into a little bit of a discussion and you can see in his eyes where I had triggered something where he wanted to advance upon me in a physical manner. However, he thought twice because he kind of did the quick scan, like head to toe, where it's just like, sizing your opponent up like, I'm probably not going to win this one. So, all right, you know what? I'll tell you what. We're going to talk about this later. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought you were going to
hear
say.
in the background. Ready.
Pretty much,
Fight.
dude. Yeah, no, pretty much. Well, yeah, no. Dude. See, I get the scene from freaking, Weird Science where they're at the bar and it's just, I thought that's what you were going to say. Been brought over. I'll shove that bottle up your... Yeah, but no, for real, that was so like when I was like almost 18, that was the last time my dad like straight up looked at me and was just like, okay. Hey, dude, you know what's funny? It wasn't until, I want to say I turned 41. It wasn't like, dude, legit first time my father ever shook my hand as a man, like where he literally turned around, put his hand out and was like, wanted to like treat me as an equal. It wasn't until I was 41 and it was at the end of a golf match. And I had scored like, I think it was like a 91. It was like the fifth time him and I had played together or something. And, it's like, holy crap, the fact that I'm scoring in the 90s, my fifth time out, like legit keeping because my father, dude, he's a stickler. He counts everything. Oh, no, because, dude, if you're going to beat him, it's got to be for real. So, yeah, no. And that's,
you don't get one mulligan?
No.
Face got real serious. No,
man.
Hell no. Hell no.
I believe you get killed for saying some shit like that. Yeah. No, I mean, mind you, at this point now, him and I, like, there are times when we go out and we're playing and it's like, yeah, we didn't get a chance to hit the range or warm up or anything. And literally, it's not a mulligan. It's called a breakfast ball. It's like, it's like the first or second shot you take.
I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, it's like the first or second stroke that you take, like literally the first or second one in the morning. You're just like,
your wheeze didn't kick in yet.
Dude, the ball just like makes a massive right at Albuquerque and just keeps cruising into the forest. You're like, we're not going to find that one, and I don't know how that. I'm just gonna
we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Nobody saw that. Yeah, you would take a breakfast ball. So there are times when we go out now. Because, this was like the first few times we had played together. So the fact that, all right, because here's the deal. My dad's been playing golf for over 40 years, right? I, at that point, had been playing golf for all of like 6 months. And I legit scored a 91 in front of my father under his
and what did he get that rules.
Day? I want to say like an 88.
Okay.
87. He's a decent guy. Like he's been playing for 40 years. Like he's got some ability, right? But the fact that his kid, who's been playing for 6 months, is now giving him competition, dude, he is like scrutinizing every inch of what I'm doing. But again, because of the fact that I actually did this, that was the first time my father ever extended his hand and like shook as like equals, treated me like another man, not his son. It was pretty dope. Like that was a great moment in my
or another man who happens to be his son. I mean, you are his son.
Correct, but this was like golfer to golfer.
You are his son,
man to man.
I mean, seriously,
dude. You at home can't see this. However, if you were to look us up, there's no doubt that's my father. But yeah, no, that was it was a great experience for me. Because again, I mean, yes, I'm his son, but it was the first time where he legit interacted with me on a level where he saw me as an equal, treated me as an equal, and I thought that was a great experience. I mean, my father's a dope man. He's taught me many a great thing. He's
that kind of stuff hangs with you.
Yeah, well, it puts me on like I want to be Sifu, if not Uguay. If not, bigger.
You ever talk to your dad after like the fact about, how you feel about certain occurrences in your life like that maybe he doesn't realize or maybe he never thought about?
My father and I have been recently in the past few years, even my mother, we have been discussing
like past events and
yeah, absolutely.
Like what they meant to you and like, wow, I never thought you, like those kind of things that come up where your parents kind of look at you in a whole different light and say, maybe you were growing up a lot sooner than I thought you were. Kind of thing.
I want to so when I got into having my restaurant is when I really started to kind of just look at my life in the capacity of I don't, zero F's given. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm living my life. I really don't care what anyone thinks anymore. Like you said, I don't care who thinks I'm an asshole or not. I'm going to be me. I got to a place where
I think it's important not to fear. Yeah.
Well, and that's exactly what it was. I no longer I was 100%, hey, this is who I am. I completely take solace in this person. This is my focus. This is my mountain. This is what I'm doing. And I very much wanted my parents to be a part of that. And at that point in my life, we had, I would say at this point, retrospect, communication differences. meaning that we were able to discuss things and have conversations, but there was a level of distortion in the interaction that caused inappropriate ideas, beliefs, or thoughts, which caused the communication to be disrupted. So when we finally, when we finally got to a place where, again, you know, being where I was at, I'm like, F this crap. I don't care what, I'm going to find a way to make us talk. And I got us to a place where I was like, I more or less was like yelling at my parents, but making sure that I was heard and just shoving it down their throat of like, I don't give a crap what's happening right now. Like, we need to just communicate. And my daughter very much supporting that, and her and I, because that's who we are. It's like, hey, we don't care what your views, thoughts, what it like, we're going to appreciate, accept all that, but we need to communicate.
Which sometimes means you need to shut up and listen.
So yeah, it does. And that includes me, though. That includes me as well.
The long and the short of it is shut up for a minute and listen.
But on all sides. So, you know. And
right,
yeah,
exactly.
But we've been practicing that now long enough that, yeah, we definitely have that communication. And it's getting better because we keep enforcing it. And again, that's my daughter herself. Like, so it's not just me, but yeah, it's transcending that, you know, this, what we do, conversing, it's just transcending to everything else outside of my life. I've done it internally, and it's becoming externalized.
Well, and I mean, that's kind of where I was going with bringing this kind of. That's what I'm saying. We got to roll, but that's kind of where I'm going with some of this stuff. Is that, you know, it's important to be able to have that kind of conversation with your folks. And if you haven't had that conversation yet with your folks, even just a little bit, and I'm not saying you have to share like the inner darkest, most crazy secrets of your life. I'm just saying maybe a couple things, innocent little things that they didn't know about. Statute of limitations is up. You're safe.
Yeah, right. Dude, I think that was very personal. It's between you and your dad. You've had that.
I mean, yeah, in a way, but it could be personal for a lot of people, you know, and there's a lot of, I know there's a lot of things that I've either said on the air or said in private conversation with my father that he kind of like later on, I think he was really happy to hear, even though maybe, yeah. So, but anyway,
I know, as usual. Oh yes, as usual.
When we get right into it,
yeah,
you know, it is time to go.
Yeah, but this has been a beautiful episode, and you know,
this was nice. I think pretty well rounded. I think
2 beers in the green room.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want you.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
So ironic.
So yeah. Until next week.
Yeah, fam, check us out on directionsinmusic.org or hit us up, ITY at directionsinmusic.org. Yeah, there's also Gemini or Philly D at directionsinmusic.org. Yeah, that's you can find out about us, reach out to us, continue that conversation. But yeah, this is I'm telling you, Philly D,
Mr. Gemini,
Miss JD.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah. Be good to yourself. Be good to be good to yourself and be good to everyone else.
Much love, y'all.
Yeah. Love you, fam. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.